keep coming. Remember, whenever you show up on mutual aid, you're there to help. Nurses, you hear about a school shooting and you go to help, you're there to help. You're not in charge, you're there to help. Paramedic, you're there to help. Fireman, you're there to help. I remember doing Katrina. This guy from California told me he was the incident commander. I said, okay, listen, when the news starts to get on my ass, I'm going to have you talk, okay? Because I'm in charge and I don't know everything, so how are you going to know? But seriously, he came all the way from California. I said, who told you were in charge? He said, I'm not really sure. Okay. Remember, not everybody can be in charge. Critical, immediate, or rapid is red. Red indicates the patient cannot survive without immediate treatment. It still has a chance of survival. The yellow, moderate, serious, delayed, indicates a patient who requires observation. Possible later can be triaged. The condition is serious but might be stable right now. But you know what? If we don't do nothing, they're going to become red. So we got to be thinking. Might not need to go right now, but he needs to go right after. I mean, as soon as we can get him treated, let's get him treated. I don't know if you paid attention when we had that truck go through the crowd in New Orleans doing Mardi Gras. The guy who did it, the police pulled him out of the truck, and while they arrested him, one of my guys sticks a green tag on him. So he's going to jail and he's got a green tag on him. Green indicates a patient who's considered to be walking wounded, to wait a little while for transport, but if we don't do something, at some point he's going to probably become a yellow. And then the dead, the black patient who's deceased, intensive injuries so bad that we don't have the resources to work on them right now, probably going to die. Probably we need to focus our attention more on these people. That's considered black. That's the ones that's hard to deal with. You know, the other day, I think it was Monday, 2 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to sit in at the trauma center in New Orleans with the doctors and nurses in charge of the Las Vegas shooting. And they said the hardest part of the job that day and night was to tell the family of the loved ones that their family members were dead. And where they made their mistake was the waiting room and unification area was here in the hospital, but they were telling them way down on the other end of the hospital, so they had to walk them long halls, knowing that the family behind them already knew that their family members were dead. So they said if they ever had to do it again, they would put reunification and notification closer together to shorten that walk. If the walk was stressful on who? Who do you think? On the nurses, on the doctors that had to tell them. And then without tarps, people are just everywhere and you don't know who's who. And without vests, you don't know who's who. So here's EMS. We got our names on uniforms, but we now require that you got to have your vest on anytime you work in an MCI. Here with vest, you can tell who's who. There's myself, you know, got helmet, got vest, got radio. You can see who's playing what role. This right here, tarps, we practice it to make sure that we're good at it. Where do we practice in the classroom? You can buy this little kit and play on the table. Red tarp, yellow tarp, green tarp, black tarp. And here's the little people. The little people, you're going to give, we take this group right here. I throw 50 tags right here on the table. Y'all got to start sorting them out. I'll make you sweat. I made people almost cry. They wonder, well, how the hell do you know this so well, okay? I can't tell you the secret, but the cards are marked. Only instructors know. When you buy the set, they tell you as the instructor, this is how your set is marked. So from a glance, I can tell, hey, that red one you got there is wrong. It needs to be yellow. How do you know that? Well, the cards are marked. Okay, so don't think I'm that smart. I got to read them too. But I tell you what, it's a good training. And let's close. I want to tell you, this is what the tags look like. 40-year-old male, decreased level of consciousness, GCS of 13, confused right-sided head pain, right-sided shoulder pain, right hip pain, blood pressure 162 over 98, heart rate 122, respiration 24. What color would you triage this person? He's a red, automatic. Plus, I told you the answer. Look at that big old red right there. You got to set up a command structure. You got to have operations. You want to have rescue and extrication, and then you want to have your triage areas. See, So you gotta have some command structure. If not, it's gonna be chaotic. You want to use the triage tags, you want to use torps, you want to make sure you got some organization, you want to use those vests. Thanks to the great state of Mississippi, y'all changed the way we do this. We don't no longer say A, B, C, and D. We now say Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. That's thanks to Mississippi. Mississippi, they used to say A, and they all sound alike. And they said, all right, we got to change this. So now we say Alpha, Bravo, Delta, Charlie. So if we was going to set up an emergency scene, we want to set it up clockwise. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. Charlie's always in the back. On a plane crash like this, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. This is a bad old plane crash right here. Glow sticks. I'm going to close by telling you what we done in New Orleans. So we went to putting glow sticks in all of our command pockets. Plus we have vests with high-vis, real reflective vests. And we have helmets with reflective shields on it, with our name on it and our number on it. Because we had a 40-car pileup in New Orleans one night, in the fall. It was so foggy, we could not see from one car to the other. So I checked the first car, and then I went to the second car, then I went to the third car, and then the next medic showed up. He went to the first car, and the second car, and the third car. Then the third medic showed up. Then a Canadian showed up, and then another medic showed up. Then the fireman showed up. They figured that each car was checked probably maybe 20 times. So we went to glow sticks. We put a red stick on you and a yellow stick on you, and I put a red tag on you and a yellow tag on you. And then when we take you out the car to transport you, we break a white glow stick and put it in the car. It tells the medics this car's been checked. This car has been checked. And then at our plane crash, we put in our plane crash procedure to do the same way. We go onto the plane if we can get onto the plane. I'll mark you red, I'll mark you yellow, I'll mark you green. I'll put a glow stick on you. After everybody's out the plane, at the door, white glow stick tells everybody else, no need to go back in the plane, everybody's out. So glow sticks cost us a little bit of money, but you know what? Works. Also, after that big car crash, we put these boards in every command vehicle in New Orleans. So there's 18 vehicles in New Orleans, like the command boards. Our helmets have our name, our rank, our radio number, and our name on it. You can no longer say, I don't know who told me. Okay? That was a big complaint after the crash. I was told to do something, and I don't know who told me. So if you don't have your names on your helmets and stuff like that, do it. In the disaster at your hospital, nurses, listen to me well. So what if you ruin a set of scrubs? If you don't have a name or what role you're playing, look, you got a shooting. We're bringing you 27 victims. Take your scrubs and just take a mark slide and write on there, charge nurse. On you. That way we'll know who you are. Write it on your back, charge nurse, if you don't have a vest. You're supposed to have those vests to meet their accreditation criteria. If you can't find a vest, a mark slide works great. You know? CEO in a hospital, financial officer, whatever you are, write your title. Okay? Helicopter medics back there, your helmets. I know y'all got certain rules on your helmets and all. Your name is important when you go to big disasters so people know who they answer to, who they work with. So if you don't have a name up there, you might want to think about that. It's a good lesson learned. Let me tell you what else we've done on our helmets. We have where we can put a green glow stick on the front and a red stick on the back. You can tell at a big disaster at night if I'm walking towards you or if I'm walking away from you. We also have them on our water rescue helmets the same way. We glued a piece of PVC pipe that fits a glow stick on the back in front of our helmets. We put a glow stick and a glow stick. So you look like a birthday cake swimming. But I can swim towards you and I can swim away from you and you'll see me. And then these trucks. We found out that our incidents that night that our trucks, when they close together, it didn't know what Wi-Fi it wanted to be on. So we had to put cutoff switches on our trucks. Now we decide whose truck we're working on. Going to work off yours, Pat? Turn yours off, turn yours off. So that way we got one Wi-Fi instead of trying to connect to 3 different Wi-Fis. And then we also learned that at night, your board, your command board, if you don't have flashlights and good lighting, you can't see what you're playing for. So you got all these maps and stuff, but no lighting, you don't know what you're going to be doing. So gotta have good lighting. Questions? All right, well, let me tell you something. I'm leaving, I'm going to stay a little while for the Stevens party, but other than that, I'll be cutting out tonight. I got to be in Connecticut tomorrow morning. I want to thank you for inviting me. Until I see you again, God bless you. God bless America. Thank you.